If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that.
Wanna party with me?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition, an exciting edition. And this is known as our Tuesday night edition of Walking His Ways Impact Wars podcast. Of course, you know I'm your host, Franklin Jackson Jr. We're broadcasting once again here in the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. I'm very honored and I'm very excited to have a very special guest on here with me. I connected with her social media. She invited me to one of her business meetings. This was the day I went to see the Cowboys practice, and she invited me to the meeting, and I was like, I already had some plans, so it was like, cool. But some came over me that day. So you know what? Never put off tomorrow what you do today. So I surprised and went to the meeting. We connected. A very extraordinary young woman doing a lot of extraordinary things, and I actually thought she was a Texas native, but she's really not. She's only been living, I think, that time 3 months, not 6 months. And this young lady been hitting the pavement running. She's been making moves here in the DFW. She's been claiming territory here. And I'm not just saying it because she's on here with me, but I'm just saying what I know from the experience. And I'm very excited to have Isaiah here with me on this great night. I'm glad you took time out your productive schedule. I know you're a very productive woman. You got stuff going on constantly. So, for the very first time, welcome to Walking His Ways Impact Wars podcast. Go ahead and introduce yourself here to the audience.
I appreciate you so much for having me. To be honest, it's an honor. I know that you're super busy, so I appreciate you asking me to come on here. But my name is Isaiah Amato. I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm not a Dallas native like he thought. But for myself, I definitely don't come from a upscale background by any means. You know, I'm originally a culinary student by nature. So originally born in Rhode Island, then grew up in Boston, Mass, and then kind of made the transition here about 6-7 months ago. So I'm super excited.
And I know you're excited. I'm constantly watching you. I'm watching your growth, your elevation. You know, that's why I always tag you Miss Consistent, because you stay consistent in what you do. You don't shed a tear. You're not sweating. You're constantly making moves, and that inspires me in what you do as well. So keep up the great work, which I know you are, of course. But you do a lot of great things. You're not just in the financial world. You're into the catering business, the decorating business. You do a lot. So take us to these humble beginnings on how all this stuff originated. I know you mentioned you from Boston. So take us back to Boston to today. You're doing all this great stuff. So give us a run back around the history. We want to understand what the legacy is of you. We want to understand the GOAT status of you. So take us behind those scenes.
Yeah, for sure. So originally, like I said, I was born in Rhode Island. Some of my family is from Rhode Island. I was raised, I should say, in Taunton, Massachusetts. So from there, I mean, it was just kind of a close-knit, more so family environment. It was me, my brother, my mom, my dad, and my 2 grandmothers that were around in that area at the time. From there, I kind of was just always with my grandmother. You know, she has passed away within the last year and a half. She was like a second mother to me. So I was always with her, whether it was before school, you know, sitting with her, watching cartoons, or what else did we watch? It was the Golden Girls at the time. That was her absolute favorite show. So from there, just being with her, to be honest, I was with her a lot growing up, and she kind of introduced me to cooking. So I remember from a young age, just always in the kitchen with her, whether it was making her family tradition meals or just randomly throwing stuff together. So people that know me, they know I'm known for just kind of throwing stuff together, seeing if it'll work. From there, I did go to a Catholic elementary school. Did not stay in transition to Catholic middle school, high school. From there, I definitely went on to public school, and that was definitely a transition, to say the least. From that, it's definitely 2 different worlds. And that's when I kind of got my first taste of the real world, I should say, because within public school systems, you know, it's unfiltered. There's no filter whatsoever. Now you're learning from kids of different backgrounds, things of that nature. So from there, I kind of jumped into, hey, I really like culinary, but I definitely want to be a veterinarian. So I'm a huge animal person. So growing up, it was just me, to be honest, either cooking or playing with some animal. I always had animals growing up, from birds, lizards, cats, dogs, you name it, I probably had it. So from there, I just knew that I definitely wanted to help, whether it was people, animals, just help in general. But I definitely say after transitioning into public schooling, I lost my more so faith background. And that's when I feel as though my life kind of took a turn and I kind of just fell into what society has kind of set for people, to be honest, that just that never ending cycle of just, go to school, go to college, get a job. So after high school, I went to college. That's when I transitioned into Johnson and Wales, probably back in 2016, I would say.
Okay, and I understand we come from, how societies want you to be a certain way, but you knew deep down inside, I didn't want to go along with society was telling me. You want to live an impactful life. You want to live a life that's worth meaning. You want to live a life that's worth successful. You want to live a legacy at the end of the day that your name keeps going for generations to come. So I feel you and understand that. So entrepreneurship, that's something that always been in your blood. That's entrepreneurship around your family. I know a lot of times individuals may have entrepreneurs in their family, because I found out years ago that my grandfather was an entrepreneur at the age of 13. He started his own shoe sign business. He told me that. Okay. So this is in my blood as well. So was that running your family, or are you the first one in your family to step off into entrepreneurship?
I wouldn't say I would be the first one per se. Coming from, I would say my father, he did start his own business. So he was a mechanic, still is a mechanic till this day. So he had his own business, started up his own business from the ground up. I know my mother was in the healthcare field, transitioned into a stay-at-home mom. Okay. So for me, I don't know if I would say I was the first one, but as far as taking that leap of faith and, hey, I just want to work for myself, it was definitely more so after my father, being that he started his own business, kind of worked for himself, didn't want to work for anyone else, wanted to set his own hours, create his own pay, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So I definitely say outside of my father, everyone else in the family was just more so towards 9-to-5s, things of that nature, things that we're just so much so grew up on, because a lot of my family's not actually from here, from the US, I should say. So I definitely say after my father.
And also, there's just transition, like you said, your dad want to work for himself, and that's a great thing. That's a good thing. Really take that risk, really take that chance. Or I gotta believe in myself. I gotta make this thing happen instead of just putting my destiny in someone else's hand. I'm gonna put it in my own hand, and he set that trail for you as well as you're doing the same thing also as well. We will take a quick commercial break, and then we want to talk about your transition from Boston all the way to Texas. So after this commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump right back. And we thank everybody that's watching this live streaming as well. Put hashtag faith and finances, and also let us know where you're watching us at. And we'll give you a big shout out on the show. If you have any questions, you have any comments for the guest tonight, feel free if you want to know. So feel free on all that good stuff. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
I've always been told that I'm too small. I'm not big enough. I'm not fast enough. I don't have what it takes. I prepare so no one can take what is mine. No one can replace my mind, my heart. To be the best and stay there, sweat is necessary. I'm older. Of course I'm older. That's the beauty of it. 16 years plus. Different level of wisdom, different level of understanding, different level of punishment. I want to live long after my records have fallen, long after my rings have tarnished. And whatever you got to do to make sure you chase your legacy every second of your life. Will you be remembered? How would you be remembered? Why wouldn't you fight for the greatest achievement ever? Leave your mark to endure forever.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way, Impact Boys Podcast. Of course, that was the Hall of Famer himself, Ray Lewis, very motivational. Really, if y'all know who Ray Lewis is, check out his stuff on YouTube, stuff that will inspire you, stuff that will motivate you, and that's what it's all about. Legacy. You're going to a whole nother level of wisdom, understanding, all that other great stuff, living your life, creating your legacy. Only one that can stop you is you, nobody else. So we can be our own worst enemy. At the end of the day, most importantly, we want to kill our ego, to put the ego to rest, so we feel our purpose in this while we're here on earth. So, Isaiah, let's talk about the transition from up north all the way down to the south. How did that resonate?
That's actually a kind of funny story. It happened, to be honest, it was a very last minute decision, to be honest. I did contemplate it for a while now. I'm sure I know we had the conversations, but I've been in the finance field for about, I would say, a year and a half, going on 2 years now. And I worked with my brokers, my senior brokers now, McKell and Constance Taylor. I worked with them from Massachusetts for over a year, just strictly working with them on Zoom. And, you know, we had different events similar to the one that you ended up showing up to, coming to support. And I came to visit. I absolutely loved it here. I felt, you know, as soon as I landed, that there was so much room for growth for me. Everyone that I have met since I've been here is so positive and just uplifting. Like, the Southern hospitality is real, you know? So I know that when I did come, I did not want to leave. I was with someone at the time, and, you know, I did end up going back home just to stay respectful to that. But I knew that there was so much more meant for me, to be honest. You know, going back home, just the environment, you know, in just relationships, whether it was family, you know, significant other relationships, things of that nature, it just felt as though there wasn't room for growth, and everyone wasn't as positive, uplifting, and, you know, wanted to actually see me grow from Massachusetts. So just having that environment here in Dallas, somewhere where I'm not originally from, I only know, like I said, my mentors, McKell and Constance Taylor. I had a few other people I knew out here. But other than that, you know, I knew I just wanted more for myself. And it was to a point where it was, hey, you know, I've been in this cycle, this rat race that I didn't feel as though I was going to get out of if I stayed in Massachusetts, of just, hey, clocking in at, say, 6:37 in the morning and then working all the way up until 4. Not really having that time for myself to just grow my businesses. Like you said, I do catering, baking, and event design as well. So having other people tell me, hey, you know, you have to work that day. So if you have an event, you're going to have to figure it on out, type of thing. And I didn't like that, you know, having someone else control the businesses and things that I wanted to do. So it really just got to a point where it was talk amongst my mentors of, hey, I do want to move down there, but I'm kind of scared. I don't really know what that's going to look like because I don't have family or anyone out here. So it just got to a point where I was at work one day and I texted my mentors, hey, I'm buying a one-way ticket and I'm coming down. I'm just tired of this. And I know that if I don't make the decision now and just kind of walk in faith and walk into what God has for me, that nothing's ever going to change. Because like my mentors say, and just, you know, different quotes I've seen, if you want to do and accomplish things that you've never done before, you have to move differently than you've been moving in order to accomplish those things. And for me, outside of going to college, where I was driving to college about 30, 40 minutes, I've never really just took that leap of faith and gone into the unknown. So this was definitely testing my faith in, hey, Isaiah, do you actually trust God? And do you trust that he has your best interest at heart? And I just packed up 2 suitcases and left everything behind, friends, family, and just made the move down here, and have been working with my mentors and growing, to be honest, so quickly ever since. So I'm definitely proud that I took that leap of faith.
And awesome. I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work for the short time that we connected. We're gonna cross paths. I also got a question for you too in the comment section. The question is, who is your mentor?
So it definitely is Mikkel and Constance Taylor. They're mentors, yes, but to be honest, they've definitely transitioned more into that family role for me. So I definitely appreciate them beyond belief. I'm not going to get emotional. They know I'm emotional when it comes to them. But definitely the two of them and every other mentor that I have in the office that I didn't name, but I know I work closely one-on-one with Mikkel and Constance.
Man, that's what's up right there. And they embrace you. And they, basically, everything really came together for you.
Yes.
When you made that transition and, you know, made me think about the scripture. That's how I end up here in DFW. Like I said, Rich, I told you I'm from Alabama. I've been living here 3 years. 3 years on December 18, maybe 3 years. It made me think about the scripture. When God came to Abraham, before he came to Abraham, he told him to leave everything, kindle everything, go to the land I will show you. So that made me end up coming here, like leaving familiar territory, leaving family and everything else, coming to a place, a territory that I didn't know anybody. Only time I visit here was when I applied for the job I'm working for now. That's the only time I ever came here, and I knew the rest was history. Not only that, it was to challenge myself, to grow, to evolve, and all the great stuff. So I'm enjoying it here, and the best is yet to come is coming. So I feel you on that as well also. So a life of entrepreneur, give us, what is your morning routine?
For sure. I actually was just talking to my mentor about this, but to be honest now, shifting into just growing my relationship with God, in the mornings, you know, wake up first and foremost, just have a minute to myself to recoup. But definitely spend that first 15, 20 minutes in just pure gratitude, you know, for where I am right now, what I have, where I am going right now, you know, and just the people that I have around me, you know, the roof over my head, the food I'm eating, just pure absolute gratitude. I feel like starting your day with gratitude definitely sets essentially the trajectory of your day off so well, because I believe that you can hear one of two voices when you wake up. It's either you're hearing God's voice or you're hearing the devil's voice, and that's really what's setting up your day. So it's going into your day of, hey, who do I want to listen to? And do I want to have a positive or negative impact on today and what I have to do today? So outside of spending that time in prayer, just gratitude from there, working out, I say minimum 30, 40 minutes, if not longer, depending on how I'm feeling, obviously. And then from there, just kind of getting ready to just accomplish the day. If not the night before, that morning of, just setting up what I have to do for the day, things I, no matter what, have to accomplish to feel as though I won the day. And then from there, I just pray, hey, God, whatever you have aligned for me, whoever I can help, whether it's with finances or someone that just needs a prayer, someone to talk to, someone to hear them out, let me be that voice. Let me be that person for someone else. And however I can impact the community, I'm for it.
Hey, and that's what it's all about, you know, and helping people, giving back to people, helping them get their lives on track. And that's a beautiful thing you're doing, thinking long term, of course. Helping them set up their finances, help them set up their accounts, because people so focused more. Well, I'm gonna say what I want to say. We're more focused. We're focused on the 401k, on work 30 years on the job, get the retirement, get a pension, and you're living a good life. But we know that different accounts have been around for years, for centuries, where people had their money working for them. At the end of the day, it's all about being comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And have your money work for you, having your money grow. Now people are starting to learn more about finances as well. So how has the financial industry been for you? Well, individuals now are being properly taught. Because this stuff was never taught in school at all. Now people are being educated. So how has that been for you, having individuals from every walks of life truly, get an understanding how finances work?
Yeah. So, I mean, I completely wholeheartedly agree with you. You know, back in school, I never remember having not one financial course, right? It's just get a loan for school to go to college, and then from there, figure it out, right? But I would agree, like I said, there are multiple different strategies as far as different retirement accounts, investment accounts that you have. It's just about being properly educated. And that's one of the main reasons why I even got started in the financial service field, because I knew that a lot of, especially minority communities, did not have access to this information, because it was either, hey, this was being withheld and sheltered from us, or we grew up in households where it's, hey, don't talk about finances because it's deemed rude in a way, right? So just being able to, one, offer the education and, hey, these are the different options you have for yourself, your family, regardless of where you are at financially, is truly a blessing. Just being able to see the looks on people's faces by sitting down with them and, hey, you can do this with your money. There's multiple different strategies, and it's not something that you have to be necessarily deemed rich in order to implement into your daily life, right? It's more oftentimes that people think, hey, I have to be a millionaire, right, to use these different strategies. And that's far from the case. It really is, because we can both agree that not everyone's financial situation is the same, fair to say.
Right, fair to say.
So being able to just sit down with different families, communities, business owners, and show them the different strategies that they have, and see and set up different accounts for them. And in all honesty, within 30 minutes, be able to change the financial foundation for generations to come for people is truly so rewarding for me. Knowing that, hey, one, I'm not in a position where I'm, say, for example, charging anyone to educate them. Because that is why so many minority communities and just families in general don't have access to this information, I should say, because there's always someone on the other end trying to just make a quick dollar to educate them for, say, 5 minutes. So just being able to hold the license I have and sit down with them for essentially as long as they want to make sure that they understand the different concepts that they have is just in itself a blessing from God. I absolutely love it.
And that's what it is all about. You're doing something that you love to do, something that you inspire. Now, it's like, it's ministry. You're giving back. You're serving the community. You help people get on track and enlighten and understand. We know that finances is part of our lives. We know that it's part of our world. And I know it could be a very uncomfortable conversation with a lot of people, because this is something we never talked about, something that we never addressed. But to really understand when it comes to finances, when it comes to making sure that we have everything on point. I'm a man of long-term stability. That's what I look at it for. Especially if you're single, especially single people. This is a good time for you to learn this thing, learn this tool, learn this trade, of course, so you be better financially established. So when you do get married, or whatever the case may be, family, children come involved, they can be taken care of long term. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Put it into the GoFundMe account, put it into selling fish plates and all the other stuff, and get life insurance. You know what I'm saying? Get a life insurance policy, because you're a life insurance agent, of course. Get life insurance. Those who listen tonight, man, y'all get a life insurance policy. It will help you out a whole lot. Stop going on social media, and I'm not knocking nobody or nothing, but we got to get out. We got to get past asking people to help bury a loved one. And matter of fact, get a life insurance policy, and I'm talking about full experience. It's not that expensive, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, if y'all go buy that iPhone that's what, $1,400, and I'm just being real. Let's just be real, because our priorities are wrong. And I had a big major conversation with someone about this week. Our priorities are wrong. You know what I'm saying? Prioritize. You have to think about, is burying my loved was important, or this $1,400 phone? Because at the end of the day, you replace that $1,400 phone. Once a family member, yourself leave here, that's it. We want to make sure we leave them something at the end of the day, so they won't have to ask nobody for anything. That's just my opinion, Isaiah.
Oh, listen, I agree with you. I can't do more.
I'm just, so you mentioned, your dad, he wanted to work for himself. You want to work for yourself as well. Set your own schedule, make your own rules, of course.
That's for sure.
your own laws, but you're having fun. So what's the experience of fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your destiny? Some people are not experiencing that. They want to, but they're afraid to step out. What advice will you give to those who's listening right now as we live streaming or listening in the near future? What advice will you give them when it's just come to just stepping out and don't be afraid? At least you said, hey, you did something instead of living in that regret of woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for myself, obviously, I'm going to speak strictly from experience, and this is not coming from someone, again, yes, I did grow up in a church background, but again, I lost that for years from, I'd say, about fifth grade up until, I'd say, about 2 years ago, right? So, one, I would say, again, not to offend anyone, but definitely strengthen your relationship with God. Because with that, he's definitely going to navigate you into, what your purpose is outside of what society deems you to think your purpose is, right? There's so much more to life than just working to survive. We were not put here on this earth, and I feel within the deep cores of my body that everyone, whether they're on or not right now, was put on this earth for a reason. And it was not just to survive or live a life that they're comfortable with, And it's oftentimes where I talk to people on a day-to-day basis where they're not happy with what they're doing, right? And if you continue to keep yourself in that environment of, well, I'm just going to go to work to pay the bills, to take care of my family, just to live the life that I'm comfortable with, you're never going to be fully happy. You're never going to feel like you're living in that purpose, and you're always going to feel within your heart that you could be doing more, right? I'm not saying it has to be the finance field, but some people, hey, it's, say, for example, baking. Some people, it's, hey, I just want to start maybe a ministry, or I want to start painting, right? It could be anything for anyone. But I feel as though until you take that leap and do something you actually love, you're never going to find or feel that true, genuine happiness of, hey, I'm actually doing what I want to do, right? I'm not saying, hey, quit your jobs tomorrow. Obviously, be financially smart about your decisions, but definitely make that effort to transition or at least do something on a day-to-day basis that you truly enjoy, that truly makes you happy. Because until then, you're just going to be essentially going day to day, just kind of going through the motions, I like to say. And there's people that have told me that they're just going through the motions. And I'm like, is that all you want in life? Like, I can tell, and I don't even know you, that you were built for so much more. I can see the potential in people the same way that my mentor saw the potential in me just by having a quick 5-minute conversation with people,
Yeah.
Like, I'd say just take that leap of, hey, let me at least start implementing something that I enjoy, whether it's on a day-to-day, every other day basis, just to start to transition into that. Because I believe everyone was made for so much more than just a 9 to 5. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at least if not jumping into something you love fully, do something that you enjoy on a day-to-day basis, just to keep that spark, that fire alive within you. So that way you're now projecting that energy and that positivity onto other people that you may come across on a day-to-day basis.
And that's what's up right there. Hey, we're going to take another break, and we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about the scriptures parable when Jesus said, "You're a lot of cares of this world and the seeking of riches." We're going to talk more about that too, because you probably interested for us to open up something. So we'll talk more about that after this commercial break.
How can I stand here and not be my real and my fake up in your presence, I'm the same, yeah. Your spirit fills me up, you're all that I have. Many people lost and died in me, how long will it last? True nigga ain't real, I see through him like a glass. Did you know about the things that he did in his past? It was for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquity. The chastisement that he took is the very thing that will peace for me. The devil know that I'm afraid, in my life to peace for me. But God make provision, they won't tell me that he got to sleep. With my eyes, I was blind, Lord, but now I can see. You purified, you took my mind, Lord, and now I am free. With my eyes, I was blind, Lord, but now I can see. You purified, you took my mind, Lord, and now I am free. Reach out to me, your love, it takes me away. How can I stand here and not be moved? When you're all around me, you make me new. Desperately seeking, Lord, I want to know you more, and only you can heal my scars. I hear you knocking at the door. I see you reaching out your hand, you give me wings so I can soar, and only you can clean me up. Oh, now I cling to the Lord. I cling to the Lord while I cling to my soul. When the vision so high, I gotta have faith, so give me more. You want my time, I give you more. You want my life, Lord, it's yours. So fill me with your presence, in your spirit I adore. No matter what I go through, no matter where I've been, I know you're by my side, the beginning and the end. You're my overseer, and you see me through my sins. So I'm glad to lift you up, and Lord, I praise you with my pen. Salvation is my banner, I'ma hold myself on standard. You always pull me out, and Lord, you never left me abandoned. I walk the road so high and see the change just begun. Just keep your eyes on God and see the change just come. Reach out to me, your love, it takes me away. How can I stand here and not be moved? When you're all around me, you make me new. Your love, it reach out to me. Your love, it takes me away. How can I stand here and not be moved? When you're all around me, you make me new.
What's up, everybody? We're back here on the Tuesday edition of Walking This Way Impact Woods podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., broadcasting right here at DFW, along with my special guest, Isaiah, of course. This highest episode is called Faith and Finances. She has faith, and she's in the financial business, and that's what it's all about. Like this comes as well. Big shout out to Miss D. She said amazing. Big shout out to her. Great woman. Great woman here in the DFW. Went to her event, I think about 2 weeks ago. It was in Hill in South Dallas. Great event. I would love for you to connect with her. Isaiah, she's a great woman and stuff like that. I told you when I connect, it's like, I told her I was going to do it. I said, I always going to support you. And then people that I know, I'm going to let you hook up with them as well. What else we got? Hello, Miss Brown. She said, Isaiah, I'm so impressed. You look like you were made for speaking soon. I said, assume job, young lady. Very inspiring. Big shout out to Ms. Brown. Thank you for tuning in. See your mentors in the building as well.
Yes.
I think the best one just far. He said, it's the sickest podcast. Appreciate you, my brother, for watching as well. There's another individual I love for you to connect with too. Keisha, I love for you to connect with her. Great woman. She's always networking with a lot of great people. I love for you to connect with her out there as well. Big shout out to her for watching as well. Also, I'm looking for getting your mentors on the show too as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them on the show. I love, husband and wife working together. It's a beautiful thing, and I love to hear it, love to see that. So I want to get them on the show. For big shout out as well. You get so much love here tonight, Isaiah. So what's that? Spin? She said, yeah. She said, Yes, let's connect. She want to connect
Yeah,
with you.
for
As a
sure.
matter of fact, she got a women. I think it's a no. What is it? It's a Women's Month coming. Should know about. I love
Yeah,
Women's
let's do
Month
it.
coming. Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, so big shout. Okay, they said they coming on the show. I'm looking forward to having you on the show, Mr. T, and you and your wife. I'm looking forward to chopping up with y'all as well. So you getting so much love, so much support from everybody. Did you ever imagine that things would turn out for you this way? I know it ain't done yet. I know you're not satisfied,
Yeah,
but you know it's more to it. So
for
from
sure.
this point forward, how had the experience been from the love, the support? How many people you inspire on a regular basis since you moved here?
Yeah, so to be honest, it is so crazy and it blows my mind daily, on who is looking up to me, people that I would have never thought, I would have never in a million years thought that I would have been in a position where people are looking up to me, whether it's, hey, how did you get to where you are now? You know, how did you personally develop just within the last 6 months? Being able to have, like you said, the love and support that I have gotten here while I have been in Dallas is unfathomable. You know, Granted, yes, I get love and support from people back home, but just the love and support from people that I don't know, I didn't know before coming here is absolutely amazing. And I'm truly, truly blessed and thankful to God for putting people like this in my life, you know? So just being able to go in on a day-to-day basis of, hey, Zaya, being 25, what steps, tips, tricks would you have for a younger lady like myself to grow into, the woman that I see myself as? And, granted, like you said, no, I am not anywhere near where I want to be, but I'm super thankful for the chapter I'm in. Because without this, I'm not going to be able to get to that next chapter, that chapter 27, 28. And I'm truly just so blessed for how far I've come within the last 6 months. Because, like Constance Taylor was saying, one of my mentors that I truly love, she's a sister to me now. But even she's mentioned, if you knew Isaiah 6 months ago, you definitely don't know her now because it's a completely different individual now. So just being able to have people like yourself, my mentors, some of my close friends and family, like I call them now, in my life, and just being able to pour into them the same way that my mentors poured into me on a day-to-day basis, even until this day. Okay, just being able to be that person that someone else may not have had is truly an honor. I would have never thought a culinary student, turned event design, baker, caterer, would now be in a position to influence so many other younger females, older females, young men, women, is truly just a blessing. And I can't say anything other than that because it's just, I have no words. I have no words. And I'm just so happy for those that I'm going to impact in the near future and just within my life in general, So I'm truly, truly thankful for each and every one of you.
Oh man, that's what's up right there. Like I said, I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work because I know you strive for profession, you strive for excellence each and every day. And like I said, I watch you from what you're doing. You always consistent. I respect that about you. Stay consistent in all that you do. And consistency, as long as you stay consistent, everything will come together and fall into place. Before we jump on that, and then we're talking about the parable when Jesus said that will allow the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches to rob the seed.
Yes.
That seed is that word. And we know that, and I had a conversation with my sister on the phone earlier. Big shout out to her as well. And we had a conversation and we was talking about faith. And we were talking about that, how when the scripture says, don't take no thought for tomorrow, what you'll eat, what you'll drink, what you wear. Soon, what comes in? How I'm going to pay this bill. How I'm going to eat. How I got to have gas. And we know that seed try to get robbed if we're not careful. Yes. But it's always standing on that promise. They say, take no thought for tomorrow, just like the Gentiles. And we know that's what we do is staying focused. It's like when Jesus was on the scene. One of the men said, you ain't got to come to my house. Just send a word. I'm going to believe it. And that's where we at now. You ain't got to show up. I believe what your words say, and I'm going to hold on to that word. No matter how I look in the physical, in the natural eye, I know in the spiritual realm, it's going to manifest itself as well also. So our affirmations. So I know you're an advocate for affirmations and stuff. Speaking life over yourself. We know what the scripture says. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. She eat the fruit thereof. So when it comes to your affirmations, do you write them down? Do you have them posted on your phone? Do you have them placed it on your mirror at home? So where do you place your affirmations at to keep that faith stirring?
Yeah, so I mean, I have them all over, you know. So I definitely agree with you as far as don't focus on tomorrow, because tomorrow has its own problems, right? Tomorrow's going to have its own issues. So coming from experience, you just have to, hey, how can I fulfill the purpose of today, of what God has for me today, right? Because again, we're all made for more, and it's not just to make money, pay bills, feed my family. It's so much more than that. And just shifting out of that, and this is coming from experience as far as going into affirmations, because this is what helped me transition, as well as my lovely adoptive mother, Tanisha. I know that I just saw her name pop up. So she's who helped me, you know, strengthen my relationship with God. But just shifting out of that, like, hey, like I said, God, how can I be of service to you today? It's all about growing his kingdom at the end of the day, right? How can I help someone else? How can I help you? Okay. So just going into each day of, hey, you know, I'm worthy. I have them. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I have them on my phone screen. I have them in my car. I have them on the bedroom door before I walk out. Because speaking life into yourself and into others is so important. It goes back to, you know, what voice do you want to hear on a day-to-day basis? Is it the devil's and just negativity, lies, and no truth at all? Or do you want to hear God's voice? Like, we were made to only hear and think positive thoughts.
Right. That's it.
You know, affirmations are definitely key. Speaking life into yourself, your business, those around you takes such a turn and such a shift on each day. So to be honest, I'd have them everywhere, because we're only human, right? We all have our days where, let's say, life is just lifing, right? And it's so easy to fall victim of the lies that the devil tells us, whether, hey, I can't do this. Hey, I'm not worthy. Hey, I'm not meant for more in life. It's so easy to just get in your head and validate those thoughts with other negative things, rather than, hey, I am worthy because I am God's child. And switching that, instead of listening to yourself and the negative thoughts, speak to yourself, speak outwardly of, hey, I am worthy because I'm God's child. You know, I can do this because I've gone through worse in the past and I've came out of it a stronger person. So just shifting that mentality from negative to positive is so key going into a day-to-day. And I truly believe what you listen to, what you read, what you essentially feed yourself is so important to what you do, who you're around, and just anything in life, to be honest.
And most you got one of your other mentors watching as well.
Yes.
Also, so big shout out to Miss C as well watching also. Like I said, it's awesome love, man. The impact, you know. So you mentioned the two voices. You know, one is going to be that positive voice. The other is going to be the negative. We know the negative is, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not intelligent enough. I don't look good, or they're going to tell me no. If you want to feed into that, that's what's going to happen. But it's always going back, believing yourself. I am worthy enough. I am good enough. I am smart enough. I am wise enough. And speak these things of your life, and don't wait for someone else to do it for you. You do it for yourself.
Correct.
I remember this interview that Will Smith done years ago, and he said he wanted to represent possibilities. And that's, you know, according to the scriptures, what the Bible says, with God, all things are possible. So it's like you represented possibility when you made that transition from Boston to the DFW within the 6 months. Like I said, I thought you was a native here when I first met you, but you wasn't. No. But how you really adapted
Mm.
here as you transition. That's powerful to me because you didn't act like what is it? Someone that was lost. You was like, I know
I appreciate that.
where I'm going. I'm navigated here, and just that transition. And not only that, you hit the pavement running. You didn't get to place it. You didn't. You're not mediocre. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate
But you hit the ground running. Just that motivation. How do you keep yourself motivated?
Yeah.
On the radio. I know because we had a moment because I was telling somebody when I had a business call today.
Yeah.
Do you think I feel like doing these shows sometimes? Do you think I like putting these programs together? It gets tired, but I have to do it. It's easy for me. Well, I just don't feel like doing it tomorrow. No, but what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated? Because we're not careful. That spirit complacent can creep in anytime we're not careful.
You are not even lying. So to be honest, I can't even say, like I don't have my days, right? We are all human. So I'm not saying this from a spot of, hey, my life's perfect. No, there's always going to be something going on in life. It's just a matter of how you respond to it, right? How do you respond to that test that God is giving you? Because if you respond well, you're going to pass that chapter. You're going to move on to what he has for you next. If not, you're going to repeat that chapter until you do pass and learn that lesson within that current space situation you're in, right? So for me, it's just a matter of environment is everything. Being around people that are either doing better than you, truly and genuinely. And I mean this from the core, truly and genuinely actually want to see you do well in life. That will push you, not from a spot of, hey, I just want to tell you what to do, but hey, I see your potential. You need to remember why you started. So that was a big key for me as far as why I made the move, because I know environment's everything. And I need to be in an environment that I am, one, around people that are doing way better than me, because that's going to push me to do better. And two, people that want me to continue to grow and not stay complacent. Because like you said, it is so easy to fall victim to complacency because we're humans of habit, nature. So it's easy to just fall back into that, hey, I'm used to this. This is what I'm comfortable with. Let me just kind of stay here because it feels familiar rather than to just take that leap into the unknown. Right. So along with my environment, mentors, family, close friends that I have here in the DFW, a small handful back home, I definitely say remembering why I'm even doing, this financial business, why I have my own catering, event design businesses. It's just having that in front of me on a day-to-day basis. And hey, Isaiah, you may be feeling down. You may not feel like doing anything today, but it's all going to turn out for the best. I always tell myself and those around me, I'd rather take, sacrifices now to get the fulfilled life and purpose, that I want for myself, for those around me, for my family in the future. So if I have to sacrifice some parties, some different events that aren't going to really help me grow, right, I'm going to do that now, because I'd rather do that now than, like you said, 10, 20, 30 years from now, I'm now, say, 40s, 50s, and dang, I really wish I regret that I didn't. I don't want to put that on myself or my family, because at the end of the day, I want to be able to provide for them the life that we may not have had growing up. And don't get me wrong, my parents provided for me when I was growing up. They always made sure I wasn't without, so I'm truly appreciative. But I know that there's so much more to life and they're worth so much more that I want to give them that extraordinary life that I see when I lay down at night. So I just remember, hey, I'm doing this for my brother. Hey, I'm doing this for my dad. My dad isn't even in the States. So keeping that in front of me on a day-to-day of, hey, this is why we're doing this. So that way, 10 years from now, I don't have to worry about finances. I don't have to worry about anything besides, hey, you want to go on vacation for a month? What do you want to do? How can I help you? What is something that you want that you never had? And just being able to give that to them without worrying about anything. So I
Yeah,
definitely say, as an entrepreneur, always keeping your why and why you want to do better right in front of you on a day-to-day basis.
man, that's what's up. Also, hey, great stuff that you saying tonight. I said I was only a big shout out to my sister. She's watching as well. I told a lot about you and stuff like that. So she actually seen you live stream with me on the very first time. So
I
I
love
told a
it.
lot of great things about you as well. So big shout out to her is watching. Also, you mentioned at the age of 25, you know how focused you are.
Yeah.
We know when you're I was 25. I was so long when I was 25. I'll be 42 in April. Still a young man. But anyway, just how focused you are at the age of 25, where at the average 25-year-old nowadays just want to party, do this, do that. I remember, because trust me, when 20, they ain't gonna last long. You know, we take that for granted. But you staying focused at the age of 25. How do you manage that? Can you say you have to sacrifice going out, doing this, doing that, in order? And I like this quote that I heard: never choose temporary pleasure over long-term success.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you're all about having long-term success instead of the temporary pleasures. At age 25, how you keep that mindset going?
Yeah. So, I mean, again, is it for me? I've always been told that I'm mature for my age from when I was in high school, to be
Okay.
completely honest with you. Um, I just know that with different situations, I had to grow up faster than most with certain
Right.
things, especially with my brother being younger than me. Granted, he's 21, about to be 22 now, but
Okay.
always having in knowing, hey, I'm his role model. I want him to be able to look up to me and, hey, if my older sister can do it, I know that I can too, especially with him still back in Boston. So, just knowing, hey, me and him didn't always have the greatest relationship, but I know that I want more for him, more for me. I'm going to take those temporary sacrifices because you can either take them now and, again, by the time I'm 35, be completely solid. Will I probably stop what I'm doing by then? Absolutely not. But be in a better space than a lot of 35, say 40-year-olds are now, rather than, hey, I'm going to party now and attempt to get my life together at that age.
Yeah.
Theoretically, I am the youngest I am ever going to be. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, right?
Right.
So if I can just do that now, yes, there's parties, different things like that I see people from, say, high school, college doing now. But how long are you going to be able to sustain that lifestyle? And how
That's
is
true.
that lifestyle going to affect you 5, 10 years from now?
True.
Because if I'm taking time now to build a legacy and build the Amato last name now, I can only imagine what my family's going to be able to do in the future, rather than me, hey, living as like the you only live once, let me use the money I make now and just party because I'm only going to be young once.
Hmm.
No, because you're not going to be able to sustain that come 30s, 40s. And now you're in a spot where, hey, I don't know how I'm going to feed my family. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to bring my family on vacation is. So for me, I'd rather be financially smart and literate and build myself, my brand, my family's last name and legacy now. So that way I can sustain whatever lifestyle I want to in the future for myself as well as
That's it.
generations to come. Especially
Right.
where now I don't have kids. Do I want kids in the future? Of course. But for me now, I do not, and that's something I'm scared of bringing kids into my life that, hey, I don't know if mommy and daddy can now, you know, afford for you to go into sports, go on different field trips, take you on different vacations, and have you do the things that you want to do without finances being an issue.
Right.
It's so often where you see children nowadays, they want to get into these different activities, programs, but their parents just don't have the funding. So being able to properly set myself up now before that future family comes, while I'm healthy, while I'm still ready to just get the ball rolling every day, is so important to me. And that is so much more important to me than just a temporary lifestyle on a day-to-day basis, because the
Yes.
parties, events, that's going to come, that's always going to be there. The birthdays, weddings, always going to be there. But it's just, what are you willing to sacrifice to actually get the life you deserve and God put you on this earth for? What are you willing to sacrifice?
Right. You say some great stuff here tonight. And my sister said she can see the work of the Lord through you. So she said keep doing God's work. That's what my sister said about you in the comment section. And that's what it's all about. You mentioned, and I had a conversation with a young man the other day at work, 21 years old, and he more focused on getting with a woman. And it's like, man, and then one of the other officers would tell him, and I said, man, focus on getting your life together. At 21, you shouldn't be focused on that. You should focus on getting established, learning yourself, knowing yourself in due time, letting nature take its course. But that time, 21, learn yourself, learn who you are first.
Yes.
We talk, it was all, I got to get with somebody. And I see people do that all the time. Learn self. And that's something I feel short at one time, because I was married before. I've been divorced since 2017, but marriage is a whole different ball game. I don't have any kids at all, but it's all about learning yourself. It's a learning experience. You gotta have a whole different mindset, but most important, learning yourself, learning how to be established, learning how to have structure in your life, learning how to have discipline, and in due time, I believe letting nature take its course. You were saying some insurance important when you was talking, at the same time, minister to myself as well. Also, it's that at a certain age, you see 25.
Yes.
So by the time you're in your 30s, I know you want your net worth at least be up in the millions by that time.
Oh, for sure.
Because what is it? From, I think, help me out with these numbers, since you are in the financial world, Miss Lady. Help with these numbers. I think from, what is it? Somebody did a poll this years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're within 100,000s on up, I think they said that's considered middle class. So everybody thought middle class was like 70, 50. No, that's not even middle class.
No.
Middle class, you just got to be up in 100 within thousands in that range. They call it middle class. Help me out with this. Help me out, Miss Financial Lady.
No, for sure.
So what? 500. Okay. 500.
So I definitely say you're 100% right. So obviously back in the day, if you were making 1,000, say 6 figures plus, you were doing well for yourself, right?
Right.
But right now, just with where the economy is going, the value of the dollar now, and just what we're about to go into, hitting around the 6-figure mark, that's great. You're still doing well off than most, but it's not until you hit that, we like to say around 500,000, 750, where you're now kind of breaking out of the middle class, right?
So you're going into rich, and it's like rich. You got rich, wealthy,
kind of, sort of. So within our industry, we say, because within the financial industry, that's the industry most likely to actually make you a millionaire, right? And I work with a handful right now, and it's once you hit, say, 6 figures, we like to say you're now in the middle class, right? You're in the bottom of the barrel middle class. And it's not until you're now making, say, for example, I'd say roughly over 7 figures and above, that you're now able to be, I wouldn't say comfortable, but you're actually able to start enjoying life without necessarily have to worry about finances in general to do the things that you want to do. So I definitely agree with you. I will be a millionaire before I am 35, right? But that is not where things are going to end. And I just pray for everyone, whether I know them or not, that they choose to become more for themselves, their family, right? Because everyone is worth living the life that they've always say, for example, dreamed of as a child. They just never took the initiative to go and get. Everyone's capable, right?
Right.
It's just a matter of actually wanting to put the action behind it.
Yeah, because you look at it, it was we had those imaginations growing up where we
Mm-hmm.
could be anything. Then we allow society and we allow individuals to come in and damper that. So we got caught up in society until somebody eventually broke the chain, broke the cycle, broke the curse, as you per se. And knowing that there are possibilities, there are no limits at all. But get the life at the end of the day, and I'm just gonna throw it out this like, okay, if I want to go to dinner, I don't want to have dinner in the United States. I could take a flight and have dinner over in Paris, London, China, Japan. You know, had that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I did to average to a normal person, that's crazy. But I would love to do something like that. Be in that position. I'm gonna have you dinner in the United States. Let's go to Italy for dinner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, having fun, enjoying life. Because somebody said this the other day, and I'm not, we ready in the show. They said the only thing we're supposed to do in life is live. That's all we're supposed to do, is learn how to live. And we forgot that. We forgot to thank you, like you said earlier, work, pay bills, that's it. But we forgot to live.
Yeah.
So on that final note, since you are my guest, we're about to really lead the show.
Yeah.
You have any words of advice, any sounds of wisdom that you want to leave here with the listening audience, but they're watching us right now and gonna listen to us in the near future?
Yeah, for sure. And again, first and foremost, I thank you for giving me the opportunity. And I definitely look forward to reconvening, hopping back on here with you in the future. But for myself, what I would say is whether you're religious or not, and I appreciate your sister saying that, she sees God working through me, because that's my goal. If people can see that, hey, he's here and she's doing things that only God can explain, I'm living. I am perfectly fine, right? So I
Right.
would definitely say, just walk in faith. That's my year motto, is just walking in faith, living in faith, because something I heard in a previous training is, are you open enough to still be in the picture frame and see the bigger picture? Just being able to, hey, I know that there's an end goal. Do I know how to get there? Not necessarily, but I'm going to take the steps daily to move closer to that. Just go into every day just grateful for what you have, where you've come from, because everyone has gone through something. And in those moments, you thought you were never going to get out of it, right? But now looking back years later, you're like, dang, I did that, right? So just remembering how strong you are, continue to choose to be the best version of yourself every day, and continue to walk in faith in the purpose that God has for you, because you are worth so much more than you think.
Hey, and that's what's up right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to really lead this thing. I will be back tomorrow night. Me and Phoenix will be she'll be co-hosting with me tomorrow night here at the same time. So, man, y'all enjoy your day. Also, I said, how can people? Matter of fact, I don't want to forget that, because I know you're a big woman, and I do not want you to beat me up. So, how can individuals get in contact with you as well when it comes to business or anything that I
Yeah.
forgot to plug that in, because that's very important.
Yeah.
So how can the listening audience get in contact with you, and how can they support the work that you're doing?
Yeah, so it's the same first and last name on Facebook. I know I'm on TikTok and Instagram. It's official Isaiah Amato. And you can just feel free to reach out. I love to just connect with other individuals, whether it's business related, non-business related, you want help on personal development, obviously finances, different things like that. I'm always so open to helping any and everyone any way that I can. So whether it's you just messaging me, sharing my content, reaching out, supporting, anything will do. I'm super grateful for every and anything. But definitely, I love to reach out and connect with everyone and anyone that's watching, whether on a friend level, business level, even, hey, if you want to pray together, I am for it, right? So definitely just reach out.
And that was up right there. So on that note, and leave out with a music video. Big shout out to Harvard. She's a gospel recording artist here in the DFW. And the
Yes.
name of the song called "In Love." So remember that.
Yes. I will
When
definitely check
remember,
out.
the perfect love casts out fear. So when you're in God's love, it casts out fear, and His love is made perfect. So we're gonna end with that song tonight called "In Love." And man, y'all have a great Tuesday. Remember this: Love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself. Most important, cherish yourself. Everything starts with you first. Set your goals. Remember, this is a whole new year. This is January 16th, 2024. We're still in the first month of 24. It's not ended yet. So make those necessary changes, make those necessary steps. Get some mentoring in your life. Get some coaching in your life. I'm understanding now it's all about being born again. I understand that now. You must be born again. You're starting out over from a spiritual standpoint, not a physical, but a spiritual standpoint. Get you some books, take you some classes, work on you, become a better version of you. Trust me. Let nature take this course. But we end with this song. Big shout out once again to Isaiah as well. Much love to you as well, always. So remember, we're gonna leave out this song called "In Love" by Harvest. Check it out. Listen to the words. Most importantly, y'all be blessed.
Yes.
Oh, ooh, you said you love me. Now I know what love is. Ain't nobody stop your love, 'cause you know me. On my hopes, on my fears, still you chose me. I'm in love. Now I don't know what you've been told, but all I know is that his love is worth more than gold. See, it took a while for me to understand, but a love like this isn't high demand. You know my flaws, but yet you still love me. Now I know what love is. Ain't nobody stop your love. 'Cause you know me. All my hopes and all my fears, still you chose me. I'm in love. You turn your back on him, he's still on your side. Always keep it real with you, and that's no lie. Won't give up the fight, I know I'ma survive. Now I got God on my side, God on my side. I was down and he got me up. On the ground, no faith, I thought I was stuck. Now the devil see us winning and we got him shook. You know it's our season, we gon' run it up. Gotta love my sister and love my brother. Cause in this word, it teaches us we gotta love each other. Really absurd if we can't look beyond each other's colors. We should prefer to show love for one another. We need to come together. Now I know what love is. Nobody stop your love. Stop your love. You know me. All my hope and all my fears. Chose me. I'm in love. Yeah. I'm in love. So in love. I'm in love. So in love with you, with you, with you, with you, with you. I'm in love with you, with you, with you, with you, with you.